Hi there, welcome back to It's Only Paper. I'm Lisa. I love making journals, creating in journals, and I also love Disney. So today we're going to be combining the two. I'm so excited to share this brand new journal with you. A little while ago, I made this journal here completely from scratch from an old box. This was an idea that I was inspired by my friend Michelle, and I'm so happy, and as you can see I have created lots in here. If you'd like to see the journal being made, I will leave that link below. Today, however, I am trying something completely new. My lovely friend Elaine has been using these little golden books to make journals. She sent me this one here. I was going to use this one, however, we've just come back from Disneyland Paris and we stayed in a Toy Story themed room. I've decided to save this one for our Florida trip next year. And right now I need a new journal to document the trip that we've just taken. And I figured a Toy Story book would be perfect. It's so cute. I love the illustrations inside, and I think it would be just perfect. I've also bought some papers, which I will show you a little bit later, for the inserts as well. So we're going to completely make this from scratch today, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So thank you to Michelle for getting me started on my own journals. Thank you to Elaine for introducing me to the little golden books. And I also want to say a thank you to the channel Pink Odd Bird. I've been watching her journals using little golden books and they are beautiful, and I feel completely inspired, and I will leave her channel linked below as well, so you can go and take a look if you want to see more of this kind of thing. I just hope I do this justice today. To go with the book, I went through my fabric tote, and the clouds are perfect, aren't they? So we're going to go with clouds. A little bit, I was thinking white or cream lace. I think I might go with cream, and I really fancy doing a little pom-pom trim. I like bright, and I'm wondering if this green is just a bit not quite bright enough, and then I've got the smaller one. I think I'll go with the brighter green, actually. I think I will go with that. The decision has been made. And then inside, I'm going to line it with this star paper. I've got so much really old scrapbooking paper. This is pink paisley from 2011 that I've just been hoarding all this time. Time to stop hoarding, Lisa, and use up your stash. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is to separate this. Now, the good thing about these books, I've done it with a Ladybird book before, and they're a bit more tricky. But Elaine was telling me the reason she likes these is because they're stapled, and you've literally got the two signatures inside. So we want to get at those. Let's get some scissors to them. And in case you don't know what the signatures are the little journals inside the blocks of paper. So there's 3 signatures inside this here. I think I'm just going to go with the 2 in this one today. We were only there for 4 days, so I don't have massive. And the other thing, although my husband takes, oh, that was a good one. Although my husband takes lots of photos, because I vlog our trips, I don't take as many photos as I used to. I'm a scrapbooker at heart. And so before I vlogged, I was all about the photos. I took so many photos. I used to write trip reports as well before vlogging, and I would like keep a diary, but go careful with these. These are very, very sharp. I would keep a diary, and I just would write almost like a diary then, a journal up when I came back. What's going to be the best way to take these? Oh, they're pulling out nicely. Just go really, really careful when you do this. So I used to keep a journal with photos, but digitally, and then upload them to like my blog or like a Florida website, and they were called trip reports, and you would be able to read other people. So I've been doing that since 2012. So when we started vlogging, oh, is that going to come out? In 2017, I just didn't have the time to edit the photos and the videos and write the trip report as well, because both are very, very time consuming. Do go careful with those staples. So I just vlog now. We do have, oh, these are the two that we're going to use as what do you call them? As signatures. These are fab. I can see why these are better to work with than Ladybird books, and the size is a little bit larger as well. So if you want to check out our vlogs, I will leave our travel, our Disney channel down below. It's Ada and Lisa Do Disney, and it's a new channel, so go and take a look. Now, Elaine was telling me she's seen some videos where they like take the gold off. I'm not going to do that today though. I am going to do what I saw in the video, saying that I want, do you know, I'm going to, let's see if I can get away with just cutting it. I'm not copying what the other video did. I'm going to do it slightly different. I do like the gold. I wonder if that's going to come up. No, that's not going to. We're going to not have the gold. That's fine. I am going to trim the edge though. Yeah, so go and check out our YouTube channel. We've got Florida trips coming up. We've got another Disneyland Paris trip coming up soon as well. So if you're into the Florida thing, sorry, the Disney thing, there's hopefully lots for you there. Let me know if you are, by the way, or if you're just here for the journaling. So obviously, although I'm doing this Disney themed, yours doesn't have to be Disney themed. Right, now we need to make our spine. I've got some decent sturdy-ish cardboard. It's not too thick because you're going to need a thick needle that goes through it for when you do your signatures. And I also don't want my spine too thick because I'm only doing the 2 signatures. However, I don't want it to bulk out. This is what happens when you don't have a large enough spine. My Ladybird book is completely bulked out, as you can see. I want the journal to be able to close. So in some ways, because I'm adding memorabilia and bits and pieces, I would rather a spine that's slightly too large than not large enough. So maybe let's go like this here, and we'll cut down there like that. It needs to be the same length as the book. And I'm just looking at it. Will that be wide enough? Yes, I think that should be fine. I've been so excited about making this. There, I like that. Now, obviously, we need something to help the book bend. I did have some white paper here. Here we go. And this is going to be very similar to how we've done our other books. So I'm going to be using a really good multi-purpose high-tack sticky glue. Let's pop this on here, and we're going to be sticking this to the paper. And there we go. I will trim it down afterwards. I just want to make sure that sticks really, really nicely. I'm going to trim the edge there. Perfect. And the other thing I want to do now, obviously I want to keep as much of the book cover as possible. So I want to trim some of this down. I'll tell you what, let's lay it, I think laying it over here. I know in theory I should clean those up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them like that. I want it to try. I'm just laying it down just so I can see. You need a small gap in between the edge of the card here and the book cover so that it can fold. Again, let me show you this one. If there wasn't the gap there, like here, this is my 3 pieces. So these 2 here are the cover. These are just pieces of card, and then I cut the 3rd smaller one for the center and covered them, but with the gap in between, that means you can score it and give it that nice fold, and that's exactly what I'm doing with here. I just haven't cut it myself. I'm using the cover instead. So I want to mark these off. I want to cover as little of the cover as possible, so like that. I will measure though, just to make sure that it is equal. So we've got 2 centimeters that side. Actually, I've done that perfect, 2 centimeters that side. So I'm going to go and trim those down. Obviously, measure yours to whatever suits. Like I said, I don't want to cover. That's why I've left that extra piece on there, because it just gives me a little bit extra, because I want to try and keep as much of that cover as I can. And now we are going to be sticking these in place. Make sure the front cover's on the right way and that you haven't got it the wrong way round. Let's add some more of the sticky glue. Ready to put our book in place, our book covers. Let me know if you've done something like this before. Have you done this with golden books? Like I said, this is my first time, so if you can think of a better way to do it, or if you do it another way, let me know. It's always useful to hear from other people. That's how you learn, isn't it? By hearing from other people. There we go, and let's hold those in place. And the same here. Even the covers are beautiful, aren't they? I just can't believe I've never, until Elaine sent me that golden book, I knew what they were. I'd seen them, like online and that, and heard of them, but I'd never actually owned one. I don't think as kids we had them. Saying that, do you know, I vaguely remember A Night Before Christmas, but I think there were so many words in it. I don't think it was one that we really bothered with as kids. There we go. I am so happy with that. Got a little bit of the cover showing there where I haven't quite cut it straight, but that's fine because we're going to be adding fabric. And as you can see, that bends beautifully and we've got a nice spine there. I am so happy with that. Now, obviously that doesn't look so pretty. So this is where I've got some prettier card. This is where our pink paisley comes in. And I'm going to be cutting this exactly the same way. I will do it. I don't have to worry so much because it's not the cover, and I really like the red. I think it goes really well, so I might actually take this slightly wider. And the thing that I really liked about what Pink Odd Bird did was she used a punch either side. And I've got this notebook punch, so I think I'm going to do that. I haven't seen that done before, and I really like that look. That's the good thing about YouTube channels, isn't it? You can find inspiration elsewhere. You can get totally excited about a project. But the nice thing is you can also then go back and say thank you to the person. Thank you for inspiring me. And share that person's ideas and talent with other people as well. That's why I love YouTube. It's nice to try something a little bit different as well, because I had the ideas in my head what I was going to do, but then by watching videos, things like doing this, I wouldn't have thought to have done the punch. So it's inspired sort of other ideas, which I really like. And I'm always saying that I don't use my punches enough. And I've got so many of them. And I never use this one. This is an EK Success. They are my absolute favourite border punches. All punches in general, actually. I've got loads. And what I love about them, you can press them in and then stack them. I keep them in a basket on my shelf and they stack beautifully inside. They don't take up so much space. Perfect. I am so happy about that. The next thing we want to do, I've got that cut to size. I now want to cut my fabric because I want to fold the fabric in before I add the paper. The paper then will cover the end bits of fabric. I just so happen to have this. This was left over. I have a lovely fabric tote under my desk. And it's just perfect for when you want something. You just delve inside and you can find your favorite piece to go with your project. So let's have a look here. I am going to need to trim this. Let's trim that edge first, I think. I've got quite a big piece here. Now, in order to keep it super neat, I would like to be able to fold that down, like I said. Let's have a decent amount to fold down. And let's cut that here and here. And and you do not need to worry about this being perfect. I'm going to be tucking the top pieces over and covering those up, and the side pieces here we are going to be fraying, so it doesn't matter about keeping it neat. I might make some hair ties out of this for my next Disney trip. How cool would that be? Actually, do you know, I've got some plain white t-shirts. I could make a little pocket as well. Oh gosh, I've got so many ideas now. Just out of interest, do any of you make your own kind of like hair accessories or bits and pieces like that? If so, let me know. I'd love to know. Wouldn't they make cute ears as well? I had a delivery of ears today, ready for our next trip. I'm so excited. I am just going to fray up these edges. You always think this is a quick job, and it always ends up taking a little bit longer than you think it's going to. But when I see people's frayed edges, they always look so nice. So I think it's definitely worth it. Right, I've got cute frayed edges now. Let's go back here. And this is what, make sure those clouds are the right way. We are going to be covering. That is cute. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was add a little bit of lace. I've seen this. There, I'm going to do that one, I think, like that. In pink odd birds as well. And I think it looked really lovely. We're going to have this underneath. You'd think this would be easy to cut, wouldn't you? I'm actually really struggling with this. This was sent to me. We did, I have a chat group. Oh, that's a bit wonky. That'll have to do. It's going underneath anyway. It's a free chat group on Facebook for Lollipop Box Club, my business. And we did a fabric swap recently. And I was teamed up with Emma Durrans. Emma's another one you need to go and check out her videos as well. She makes beautiful junk journals. And she sent me, one of the pieces was this. I can't believe how much I'm struggling to cut this. Let's try and tidy that up a little bit. How's that going to be? I'll do that one on the back and that one on the front. I think I've got a little bit more than I need actually, because I just want it peeping out a little bit. Let's cut that off. I won't bin any of these excess pieces because they can go in my junk tray and they will be handy. So the first thing I want to do is pop that on here. I think I am going to use double-sided sticky tape for this to hold it in place. I think this is going to be a cleaner way of doing it than the glue. I also wanted to use that pom-pom trim as well, so I need to have a think about how I want to attach that. There, that is covering Woody a little bit, but I do like it, and you can still see Woody, so that's fine. And then I wanted the trim underneath. This is going to look so cute. I think I'm going to use this acrylic glue here. And this might be the easiest way. It's a bit more precise. This might get a little bit messy. And there we go. Oh, that slid down slightly. Let's pull that back up again. There. And the nice thing, because I'm not as worried about this side, if that one does end up being slightly larger, that's absolutely fine. I just hope this holds in place. Pop a little bit more. I might just have to leave this to stick properly before we start with the fabric. I'm going to do exactly the same this side. Actually, do you know what I am going to do? I'm going to stick this side on first. That's what I'm going to do. I just hope this sticks well. Let's try this first, because I don't want to put the pom-pom trim on and then the fabric be slightly larger than I think. So I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm just hoping, because we've got paper, we've got netting, and we've got fabric. So I'm just hoping it takes. This is all a little bit of an experiment today. Sometimes you've just got to experiment, haven't you? And I do believe that is the whole thing. Most crafty people, you're there for the playing, to have fun. and just see what works, to try new things. That feels like it's sticking nicely actually. Oh, I am liking this. I'm so happy with this. And then my green trim can then sit just underneath there. Oh, I stuck. Oh no, I didn't stick. I thought I'd stuck loads on them. So I basically want that to go there, don't I? Let's try this. Let's stick this in a line. So if you are a Disney person like me, how do you record your memories? Do you do scrapbooks, journals, photo books? I've got a few of those that my husband's made me. They are a really nice way actually, just digital photo books. And although they do take a long time, in comparison to making a journal, they don't, if you know what I mean. I've made them for the kids before as well. Our kids are much older now, they're uni age, so that's why we've just had a trip without them, our first trip. Right, I'm hoping that stays in place nicely. Let's continue with the glue, just like I did before. Now I know that the cover, the spine here, is going to be slightly more covered one side, but like I said, I'm not worried about that, to be honest with you. I don't think it's the end of the world. Let's make sure we've got plenty, and let's hope it holds. What kind of glue do you use for this kind of thing? I've seen some people use like wide duct tape as well for their spines. So I think I used tape on my last one actually. This is a little bit more, I haven't done this one. I'm using a lot more adhesive with this one. Let's see how that is. Let's put that down. And the nice thing is I am able to move it slightly, which I really like. So it doesn't feel like once it's in place, it's there, you can't do anything with it. Acrylic glue there. I have got movement, which I like. Oh, so much movement. Right, let's try that again. Oh, please stay down. Right, let's press that down and hope for the best. I might have a tidy up actually and leave this to dry. I might put some heavier things on it actually. There we go. And I'm going to leave that to dry. You can see where this is drying now. I am so happy with this. This is so cool. Now the only thing is, because I've got bubbles, that's not wanting to lay flat on my desk. Right, now I want to, you can also see here where I should have maybe gone shorter on that side, but it's my first time doing this. This is not sticking actually. Ooh, let's hope that sticks when it's dry. Oh, I don't know what to do now. Let's keep going. I think I'm going to stick this on the inside. I might actually do some double-sided tape as well. I might just do that. I'm a big fan of double-sided tape. And then that needs to go over the center like that. I think I might stick with the double-sided. I don't know, is it just going to end up, I think I did that with my other one and it stayed together really nicely. Let's see. I just feel like the glue on the front isn't wanting to stick. Maybe I'm just being impatient. I am a very impatient crafter. Let's add that like that. And although again this will be lopsided, once you've got the signatures in, you're not going to notice anyway. I've got a boning tool here and that has just teared my paper. There we go. No, that is not sticking. That did not work. Oh, right, let's take that out for now. I might have to just add it. That's so. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and get my heat tool, my heat gun. Let's see if that works. Just a little word of warning: when you're using a heat gun, keep it moving. Don't keep it on the one spot because you will burn or you will melt something. The cover here is quite plastic coated, so there is a good chance of it burning. Especially, don't forget, we're using paper, but things like ribbon, things like the netting here, everything is very easily burnt, so do go careful when you're using it. Don't keep it close and keep it moving. Yes, with a bit of perseverance, it's worked. It was just too wet. So the heat gun helped. Pressing it down with the ruler has helped. I am really happy with that. Doesn't that look cute? I'm really, really happy with that. I just try and press that in. That is so sweet. That has now gone fine. It did though crease. I haven't done that gentle enough. And it has creased a little bit there, torn slightly. I think maybe it was, I don't know, because I didn't have the glue on there, did I? But that's fine, that's fine. I think actually, no, I can do that. Right, next come the signatures. I've just realised it says this little golden book belongs to. We can have our names and the date of the trip. Won't that be cute? So let's talk signatures. As you know, I have 3 signatures here, and these are just basic. These are scrapbooking papers, and I've just folded them so you can see this one is much shorter than this one. And then you've got the different pattern papers. I know it's a little bit tricky to tell with these ones actually, because I've been creating with these. This one is a better one actually. I don't think I've done much in these. So we've got alternating colours, sizes. If you, so you can see there, that one's much smaller. If you're doing junk journaling, you'll have all the different like craft papers, maps, you could have music ledger paper, so many different things that you can have, but you want like all different sizes, textures, colors, just to make them really, really interesting. It's a great way to use up your scrapbooking papers. Let's pop this to one side. That can carry on drying a little bit more. We are going to be using these. Look how well these will work because they're already almost like in book form. There's not too many pages, which will work out great for me because I don't want to do loads and loads on this trip. Like I said, it was only a 4-day trip, but I do have some scrapbooking papers that I wanted to use. I'm not fussed about keeping them in order because we're not actually going to be reading the story. But I do want the papers to show out. They are a big feature of my book. I have got papers ready to use. I got sent these by papermaze.co.uk. This bit is an ad gifted, and I do design for them. I went on and purposely chose these papers with this mini book in mind. The Halloween deckies were out when we were there, so I thought some of these would be really, really good to use. This one, I love this one. Oh, I've already been using this, as you can see. The little ghosts might be quite cute, but I wanted to mix them up with some Disney papers and the actual papers of the book. I'm not using that one. I wanted to use this one. I thought this one would go quite well. I've got those bits on there as well. Oh, you've got a friend in me. I might see actually. Maybe I won't do those ones. Definitely this one. This one goes really well. And so do the yellow stars. Oh, I've got 2 of those because I liked both sides. I think I might go with these. And the next thing is to use this as a size guide because I do not want to go any larger than this. Let's start with the yellow one first. I am going to trim off the edges here. I always keep the edges even if I trim them. This particular collection, by the way, is Say Cheese 4. I have had it before, but being a Disney girl, it's one of those that you can use over and over. Make sure that is folded the right way. Now, because I've got quite a lot of pages this size, I do want to make sure, actually that's slightly smaller, which is brilliant, that these are going to be smaller so I can get 2 pages out of this. I can do one quite a big size but still smaller than the actual book or journal, and then I've got a smaller one again. The stars. I think I might do 3 out of this one. 3 smaller ones. And then we will pop in some Halloween as well. I wanted this one to have a nice mix. I think the nice thing about Disney is you can get away with mixing and matching as well. It just makes it a little bit more fun. Oh, I like that one. It's got some goldy dots, sparkles on. I didn't see that before. I might see, actually, do you know what else would be good? I've got the red left over, haven't I? From the cover, let's have that on as well. Again, I will keep these bits because you never know when you may need them. Obviously, I've got 2 signatures. Let's go with the first and just see how we go. So I like that one. So let's just check that we are happy with this, keeping it all together. I like contrast, so that works really well for me. And I did think about adding some green, but there's quite a lot of green on the papers, and I want to make sure that all of these match fine. I will be adding other bits and pieces as well. That's quite busy for me, so I will add some extra bits and pieces. I think I'm going to bring that down to the center actually. I like that. I really like that. And I might add some pockets and things as well, but I'll be doing that at a later date. Just want to check that. I thought that was upside down then, but it's Rex that's upside down. These colours actually go really well, and I like the mix of Disney and Halloween. Like I said, I will link everything down below for you. So now that I'm happy with that, I am going to pop this on here like that, and in order to really keep it in place, I am just going to pop a staple in the center. Sometimes this is trickier than it looks. I've stapled them in wonky before. You think it's in the center and it's not quite. Have I done that? I think that's okay actually. So that's signature number 1. Time to get ready to sew in signature number 1, and we are going to take I think it might be better from this side actually. I just want the spine. I can actually see the creases of the spine so much better here. So this is the spine. You want to cut it out the same size as the spine. I'm so grateful to Michelle for showing me this. She did an online class. It was a video class in our Patreon community showing us how to do this. I'll link up Patreon as well. We do loads of online classes and I share lots of behind the scenes stuff. They get extra videos as well. I'm just working out the centers here. So as you saw, I took the piece of paper that's the same size as the spine, and then I folded it over in half and the other way again, and then I'm taking the edge and folding that into the center, and I'm doing exactly the same here, folding the edge bit to the center crease. This isn't perfect actually, like that, and that's my template here. I don't know if you can see that. And then the idea is, because I'm doing 2 signatures, I am going to use this center 2 lines for my signatures. This isn't being stuck in, this is purely being used as a template. You can reuse them if you're using the same size. When you make them yourself though, they always vary slightly. My spine was much larger last time. I'm going to use the clips to hold it in place, and then we are going to make sure that's incorrect. There. And then I am going to mark off where I am going to sew. So here, here, and here, 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 and here. I don't have to do it all the way to the end. I think I will with this one. I bought this binding kit from Amazon. I put it in a little IKEA pot. It didn't come in the pot, but it did come with the boning tool. It came with, there's a threader, a cutter. It came with all the different thread there. It came with thick needles, the paper piercer. Or you can see the previous ones there that I've used as well. Yeah, it comes with quite a lot. It came with clips as well. And then this tool makes it so much easier to go through. There is absolutely no way I could do that with my normal piercing tool. Just go careful again. It's very, very sharp. Not the kind of thing you want a child using. Just got to go really careful. But this is going through all the fabric and the cardboard as well. For this one here, to sew the signatures in, I used some really nice thick coloured thread. You need to use it that's stronger than cotton. You have to pull it tight, so it needs to be really strong. I've decided for a contrast, I'm going to use this. I think this would be nice. It reminds me like of the whole Toy Story theme, with obviously it's cowboys and Indians and all that kind of thing. Is it cowboys and Indians? No, not really, but he's a cowboy, isn't he? So yeah, I think that will go really well. So I am going to use that today. Now I've got the holes in already, so I now want to put the holes through here. Let's make sure it's the correct way and not upside down. My other thought now is, yeah, that is fine. I have done that. Okay. I was worried then that I'd put the holes down too high. In theory, actually, I should have done them lower, but it's not the end of the world, because this one is a little bit too high. And now I'm just putting this through so that the holes match. I find this bit really tricky, actually. And then the center one as well. Oh, that's not gone through straight. Hopefully that is okay. Right, now we want the thread to be about 2.5 the size of the paper. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'd always rather have a little bit more than not quite enough. I really like these buttons. I wish I'd added one at the end here now. So instead I am going to still add one, but we're going to just add it on afterwards. So I'm going to thread that through like that, and then I'm just going to attach it to the bottom. You can see on I think this way is actually easier. That looks so cool, doesn't it? I just think with the whole Toy Story theme, that goes really, really well. Time to have a little look through. It is so cute. I'm so happy. Oh, I've still got this paper here. Now, I did tear that, so I think I need to add something there, don't I? Let's have a look. Oh, I could add, you know, I was going to add some washi tape anyway. This washi tape would go really, really well. And the great thing about washi tape is that it covers up all your sins. I like to add a little bit of double-sided sticky just to hold it in place. Sometimes it has a habit of coming back up again. Just wanted to check as well how it looks on the other side. And I'm going to do exactly the same there. I was a little bit impatient with that scoring there, and I went a bit firm, but actually I love it with that washi tape. I really do. I think I might actually add some washi tape on the end here even. I think that looks really cute. I love a happy accident. I'm wondering actually if red would be better, or actually some green. Let's have some green washi tape. What have I got here? So let's start again. So we're going to have a look at the book. I'll put our details there. I will add a few more bits and pieces in it before I finish. This is so cute. I want to add some glassine bags as well. But as you can see, it's come together really easily, and there's lots of room for it to expand. I love the red in between there on the spine. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Right, I am just going to go back to my papers, and we've got a few things like this. Scary moments, that could be quite cute. Talk about when Space Mountain went down. So I'm just going to go through papers, and magical nights, that could be quite fun, and just cut them out to add to the pages. If you follow my other channel, I have a vlogging channel. You would have seen me tidy through this basket the other day. And I'm going to go through, I think, and add a few bits and pieces from here as well. I'll leave the link to the channel before. I'm having a good sort out and declutter of my studio. So we're just going to stick a few things in. I might need to put some more tape on that. So I found travel checklist, and I also found there was something else about travel. Oh, pack your bags for your adventure. finally ready for the final flip through of this beautiful journal, which I'm so happy with. And I will just then add to the pages. A few of them just need trimming up, and that's absolutely fine. But I've got some fun things to get started with already. I love a glassine bag, really good for memorabilia. But if I want to add more flip pages, I can. I've got lots of space for journaling, lots of space to add bits and pieces. I can make more pockets if I wish. That's the nice thing with this. It's so flexible. Like here, I could easily add a pocket page there. But I will do that as and when I tell my stories and add to it. This is just to get me started. This is just like the carcass of the book. So I am so excited to now be able to start documenting my stories. I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. Let me know if you have. Let me know if you've made something similar before. How do you tell your Disney stories? How do you keep all your memories? Have you used these golden books before? Or are there any other books that you would really recommend to use for your journals? I would love to know. I am so hooked on making DIY journals now. I've thoroughly enjoyed making this today. Thank you to all the places that have inspired me. I'm so happy with this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you don't already. I look forward to seeing you in the next video I may be creating in this journal here. Take care. Bye.